This is meant to be the new BRS 61 integrated camping stove, which is like a Jetboil style all-in-one stove. But the package is tiny, so let's open it up and see what I've been sent. It's looking quite promising with the box. I got this from AliExpress for just under £25 and it arrived within 6 days, so not too bad at all really. So this is it. It comes as a all-in-one stove, as I said. You've got a plastic lid. Let me just cut off the tag. Plastic lid with some holes in it to let steam out. We've got the stove bit that's got a electronic igniter on it. A little fleece carry bag or pouch to put the stove in, stop it rattling inside the cup. Some instructions, and then the pot itself, and it's got one of these little heat exchanger elements on the bottom, like what you get on the Jetboil stoves. And if we have a look at this stove, it's got like a triangle loop on it, a triangle bit of wire, and that slots into the bottom there and twists to secure the stove onto the pot. The pot's got a handle on it, a fabric handle, and this protective sleeve around it on a piece of Velcro. And then on the inside of the pot we've got measurement points up to half a litre, but it looks like the pot can hold a bit more than that. I think it holds 740 millilitres or something like that. So this is a decent sized stove system for one person. It weighs about 360 grams in total. Obviously that's without the gas can that you need to put with it. It's a lot smaller than a lot of the other all-in-one stoves that you get. Many of them are like a litre and a half. I found my APG one that's only 750 millilitres, but that's still a lot bigger than this one. This is probably the smallest one that I've seen. Let's just make sure the stove is closed. And then I've got a gas can here that I'll just screw on. Make sure it's tight, and then you've just got a usual on and off valve there, and your ignition. Before I make my meal, I'm just going to see how this stove fits in here with a gas canister. So this is one of the Jetboil ones, but they're all pretty similar size, I think. I don't even know if that's going to fit in. There might be a specific way around to put it. Answers on a postcard. So that is the closest that I can get to closing that lid with a gas can in there. If anybody's got one of these stoves and managed to figure out the way that you can Tetris those together into the pot, drop me a comment and let me know. I'm not going to do my own full performance test with this because there is another video on YouTube that goes into loads of detail on it. So I'll link that in the description, but basically the result is this will boil 500 ml of water using 6 grams of gas in windless conditions. There is another video as well that does some wind testing on this and compares it to the Jetboil Stash, the Flash, and another one. You'll have to have a look, but this outperforms the Jetboil in windy conditions, and it'll boil 500 ml of water in about 3 or 4 minutes. So in terms of performance, it's pretty good in terms of fuel usage, but it does take a little bit longer than something like the other BRS stove, the 3000T or T3000 or whatever it's called, or something like a pocket rocket. So you've got to decide whether you want a fast boil or you want to use less fuel. Then obviously at the other end of the spectrum you've got the Trangia alcohol stoves that take a longer time to boil but use a different kind of fuel altogether. You've got to decide if noise is an issue as well, because these are a lot quieter than something like a pocket rocket, but obviously for a real silent stove you do want that sort of alcohol burner or a Trangia type stove. So again, it depends how stealthy you want to be. For my dinner tonight, no surprises, I've got another Decathlon pasta bolognese. I hope you appreciate me coming all the way up here to give you views like that at the back of my videos. I have just made a little schoolboy error that I'll tell you about in a minute. I'm just going to give this a stir. Yeah, this pot has got a little spout on it that I've got facing the handle. Obviously it should be facing away from the handle. It's not a massive deal because I can just unconnect or unstick the surrounding bit like so, and then just make sure I've got it in the right position. It's still poured all right without the spout being there, but it's just going to make it a little bit easier, isn't it? Just one really minor thing to note is the lid just slots on. It doesn't go around the lip of the pot like some of them do. So when you're carrying this in your pack, you probably want an elastic band around it, or something like one of those X bands that Outdoor Gear Essentials sell, just to keep that in place while you're carrying it around. Some Muppets playing music down there. I don't know if you can hear it on camera. We must have peaked now, surely. A first impression stove video on the channel. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like stoves. I'm going to chow down on this, then I've got to get off to my knitting class. So I'll see you in the next one.